And we are started. Good afternoon, Dr. Candace. You're muted.
That's me. Good afternoon, Dr. T and everyone. How are you? See, when you come
I'm
back from
good.
vacation, that's what happens.
Hey, did you have a good vacation?
I did. Actually, I
Oh.
did. I really did. I did a little resting. I cleaned
Mm-hmm.
my garage. I straightened up and
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of a lot of things. And I'm working on rebranding. And so I did
Mm-hmm.
that on my vacation. And I did a lot of resting. I did. Thank you. I did.
Awesome.
I'm waiting on March
Awesome.
16th, though. Yes, I am. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. Doing a lot better. I came down with a little illness over the holiday, but
Yeah,
other than that, I'm doing a lot better. Just taking it one day at a time and bringing myself back. I took some days
absolutely.
off, and I was just like, "Oh, I took days off to do some things." And who would have thought I would have been laid in the bed?
I know.
So,
Isn't that how it is?
but it
And
is what it is. Yeah, that's how it is.
yes, your body needed rest.
Exactly, exactly. But I want to
Absolutely.
thank everybody
Absolutely.
for tuning in to a Mental Health Minute with Dr. Candace and Dr. Tyra. Welcome,
Yes.
everyone.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. I am Dr. Candace Elaine, and like Dr. Tyra said, thank you for joining the Mental Health Minute. We love being here with you. So, welcome back.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, I'm Tyra Gardner. I'm psychotherapist out of Philadelphia, and I want to thank all of you for tuning in with all of us today to discuss all of our amazing topics. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna get started today, Dr. T, because this is our first show of the year. So we're gonna start off with amazing hot topic. Now, our hot topic today, everyone. So viewers, this is a good hot topic. This hot topic has been still going on. Actually, it is still on the hamster wheel right now. And Dr. T know more about this hot topic than I do. It's Antonio Brown. We're gonna talk about this. So, Dr. T, tell us what's going on with this and this young man.
So apparently, this past Sunday during the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Jets game over the weekend, on Sunday actually, uh, Antonio Brown, it appeared in my opinion, it appeared that he was having some sort of a breakdown. One of his teammates was trying to calm him down, and was unsuccessful. He was the only one trying. No one else like went over to see what was happening. Moments later, this gentleman takes off his uniform, throws it into the stands, and runs out of the stadium, out of the stadium where the game was actually being played at. So what the end result was, of course, the coach was like, he's no longer a part of the team, and it was just like everybody was actually formulating their own opinion about what they saw happening. Um, a number of people that was watching, which was a whole lot of folks, especially when the alerts went off on all of the social media and everywhere else that this guy had ran off the field. It was like some people was, using it as an amusing moment, which it was not amusing. Others was looking at it as, oh my goodness, does this young man have an early onset of a neurological psychological issue that many football players suffer from, which is CTE? So, but then others were saying, well, this guy has tendencies of doing things that's, not right, that he does things for attention, as an attention seeker. But when I saw what was happening, I'm just like, now I've dealt with a lot of attention seekers in my 25-year career, and what I saw did not exhibit attention seeking moments. Now, the other piece that came up that made people say that this was an attention seeking moment was he dropped a rap song about an hour or two after he did this or something or
Oh,
another, from what I'm
okay.
understanding. So at the end of the day, it's like a lot. He had a waiting car, from what they're saying. It's like a lot of things that doesn't resonate. Now, to my knowledge, he hasn't spoken, to this day, and this is 3 days after the event, But I know, which was one thing that was shocking was the quarterback Tom Brady asking everybody just to pray for him, pray for this young man, because
Mhm.
it's more to what we know that's going on, and you and I both know when it comes to psychological disorders, you know, you don't know when it's going to hit you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Things happen at a moment. We don't know that if he was hit on the field. We don't know what actually transpired to make him get this angry, to the point where you would just walk off your job, because that's pretty much what he did. He walked off his job,
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
no remorse, and so if it's a psychological issue, okay, so now they need to bring in the psychiatrist and the psychologist for the team to address this issue. Now, if it's a whole behavior thing, yeah, they need to bring in some therapists for that as well. To Let's talk about where is this anger and rage and aggression and everything coming from, and
Absolutely.
as an anger management specialist,
Hmm.
that's something that I, work with a lot of patients. Let's get to the root of what caused you to behave in this manner versus stopping, thinking about it. Wait to the end of your shift, hello, before you start doing things that is not warranted at this point. When we've had enough, and I think both of us have had careers where we have had moments where we've had enough.
Oh yeah.
we
Yes.
we try to find ways to do it tactfully, instead of untactfully, because the thing is, you never want to leave a place where you can't go back.
That is true. I totally agree. And you said it. That was beautifully said, Dr. T. I totally agree with you. And we have had. I know I had, and you and I have discussed this lengthily. Have discussed
Mhm,
this that we have had situations in different jobs and situations that we have left
mhm,
abruptly. And
mhm,
sometimes the mind just take you there. What you and I have talked
mhm,
about in our spare time is that when you're going through something, because you never know what people are
mhm,
going through, so we don't know what Antonio was going through, what's on his mind, what's
mhm,
his psyche,
mhm,
his mental state, his mental stability.
mhm,
So I'm gonna play devil's
mhm,
advocate here, and I don't know what's going on. None of us know. You have some people saying, which I've heard and have seen on the news and also on social media, that oh, he shouldn't have quit his job. You walked off a job, you make millions, then you got some. What the hell going on? Then you got some like, whoa, that ain't funny. This isn't funny.
mhm,
Something is wrong.
mhm.
And all of that could be true. However, no one knows but Antonio. And the
Right.
reason, and I get it because I've walked off some jobs. No, I wasn't making what he made, but I have had some jobs where I'm like, okay, this is it. I can't take it. I've not just jobs, but I have been in certain situations where I'm like, oh, hell no, I gotta go. This is it. And with my purse, I don't want nothing else. I left the coffee cup, everything that was on the desk. I just walked out and left. So I understand, and my heart go out to him. I don't want to, I don't want to scold and judge because we don't know. I know everyone's going to judge. It's like, oh, that's stupid, and you have to do this and that. I get it, but I'm pretty sure we all have been there because I know I have. I know I have. Now I am at a certain point where I am in control. That's a good point that you brought that up about tech. Using tech and not, that's loss of control, lack of control. So not even loss, but lack of control. There's no control there because with emotions, if anybody and viewers, y'all can Google this, emotions are supposed to last just 90 seconds. But what we tend to do as human beings, we allow whatever is festering and whatever is going on with us to last for sometimes a day, a week, months, and sometimes it turns into years. But actually, it's supposed to last 90 seconds. So whatever he had going on, look what happened. And he can't handle that. The body and the brain can only take so much. And he does have a strenuous job. I don't know nothing about sports, but I can imagine. I can just imagine, being competitive and going through all that. So my heart goes out to him. I wish him the best. And I hope he is able to overcome this and they Find
Mhm.
the root, like you stated in the beginning.
Yeah.
Find the root. Like, where is his anger? So maybe he needs to reach out to Dr. T. So anybody that know Antonio, had him call Dr. T. She help you with the anger. If it's anger going on, call her. She
Yeah,
help
if
you.
it's anger. You got that. Look, you
Absolutely.
got that right. We need to get to the root
Yes.
of the
Or
problem, but
aggression.
we do,
Or
you
it
know,
could be aggression,
whatever.
frustration. It could be
Yes.
depression.
Yep.
Because depression
hmm
can look like anger because it go hand in hand.
It
Some
really
people
can.
are depressed
Yeah.
and there can be
hmm
meat, but then you can have some people that are depressed and they are
hmm
angry. They have anger.
Yeah.
So whatever it may be, yeah. So my heart goes out to him.
hmm Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we send
Yeah.
nothing but prayers his way, and hopefully he'll figure it out, and
He'll figure it
and
out.
have and go to the right professionals that will help him,
Exactly.
get to
I hope
where
he
he
has a
needs to
great
go.
team.
I hope so too, because
Yes.
that's the other piece that a lot of people don't have is a good team
Exactly.
behind them, and some people think they have a good team until the chips
Hmm.
fall. And then when the
Right?
chips fall, honey, the team is gone.
Right? Yeah, thank you, because this is a young man that has some coins. Okay, he
hmm
got some coins. He
Okay.
got some money.
Exactly.
So I hope he has a good team that cares about his mental and physical health as well, and what happened, and not just there because they own a team and they are being compensated. They really want to help him. So I hope he
hmm
has a great team and it's going to stick by him. Because having a kick
Yeah.
ass team will get you where you need to be.
Need to
So I
be
hope that's what he
exactly.
has.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. So, next hot topic, how about the Betty White situation? Well,
I
actually, it
know.
ain't a situation. It's a Betty
No.
White going home celebration. How about that? How
Okay.
you feel about that, Dr. T?
Look, I think she lived 99.5 good years. And
Absolutely.
and at this point she made it to the pearly gates.
Didn't
I
she?
think that, I think she had a long life. I love all of the stories that was coming up, that came out that she did. Did you know her show was canceled years ago because she had a black dancer on who danced longer than what they told her he should be able to dance?
Yes, I read about
And
that. I was
yeah,
impressed.
and they canceled
I
her
wasn't
show. I
shocked.
was
I was
like,
impressed.
wow. I was very impressed that she was like, whatever, an idea that, this occurred. And it's funny how these stories come up when people pass on.
Ain't that the truth? I didn't know anything about that when Betty was here,
No, not
right?
neither did I.
And hopefully some
None of
more
us knew.
glorious stories come out about her and our people.
hmm
And that's amazing, absolutely. And
hmm
when she passed away, I noticed during the social media and also television, the news and everything,
hmm
that I
hmm
didn't see a lot of weeping, a lot of tears, a lot of grief.
hmm
I saw a lot of celebration, a lot of beautiful
hmm
well wishes, a lot of you going home. This is what we do.
hmm
I saw
hmm
everybody. It was a celebration of life because, like you and
Yeah.
I talked about as well in our spare time, that when you leave and you go at that age, that is a celebration of life. We like right on. You know when people go at that age, this is what we say. Oh, they lived a good life. That's good because she worked up until the time. So that's good. But when they passing at 24, 44, 34, 54, we like, you ain't supposed to do that. What's going on? And that's where the grieving and the mourning come in, and we're the sadness. But for Betty, I'm like, wow, she lived a good life. I didn't have a wave of sadness. Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't. It was just like, she lived a good life. She was a phenomenal actress. She's done, she gave her all in all she did. And I took that, her professionalism is
Yes,
something that a lot of people need to take notice of and start using that in their own professions. Always showing up and being able to show up and do what you got to do without showing out, and have dignity about yourself.
absolutely. And she
She
did.
she did. She had
Yeah.
elegance and grace.
She really did. That's beautifully
hmm
said. And she did show up. And you know what? I like that. And that's going to roll into our main topic as well. When you said
hmm
show up, show up, because she showed
hmm
up for 99 years. Well, okay, she
hmm
wasn't in the biz that long. She was here that long, but I'm just
Right.
saying she
Right.
worked up until the last. So she showed up. and kept
Mm-hmm.
and you're right, with elegant and grace, it wasn't a stain on her career. So I like that.
Mm-mm.
That's beautiful. And you know, I still
Mm-hmm.
watch the Golden Girls rerun.
Girl, I do too. I just sit back and laugh.
I still watch it. I think
That's
I'm gonna
my
watch it
favorite
today.
show.
It's just, I
That's my
know, right?
favorite
I can
show.
imagine. I can imagine whatever has the rights or whatever network has that. I think it's on every network. The ratings is going up because we all love
Uh-huh.
Betty. You know, the
Yeah.
ratings is going
Mm-hmm.
up. So that
Mm-hmm.
is beautiful. So we in agreement that when you, because she almost was a centennial. You know, when you pass
Yes.
at that age, that's a celebration. That ain't no
Yep.
time for weeping. It's like,
Nope.
oh, this is what everybody say. I hope I live that long.
Okay. Let me make it to that point.
I know. That's what all of us say, you know. That's beautiful. So, you know, I wish her family well. I don't know. Was she a mother? Did
Mhm.
she have children?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't know. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about that.
Not to
Yeah,
my
she was
knowledge. I believe
personal. I
she
mean, she's very private. Her
yeah,
personal
very
life is
private.
private.
Yeah, I think she may have been married or divorced a few times, but other than that, no. She kept everything private,
Okay, now
which
I
is
do
which is
know,
kind of hard to do in Hollywood.
isn't it? And especially as long as she was in Hollywood. Yeah, exactly. I
Okay,
do know
hello.
she had a love for animals. That I know.
Hmm.
She had a love
Okay,
for
so she
animals.
was married 3 times.
Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Betty.
she was. Yep, she
Okay,
was
that,
married
well,
three
that's living.
times.
I believe in that.
Hmm.
I don't believe in staying with somebody. We gotta have to bring that on the main topic because I don't believe in
Hmm.
staying with folks just to be staying with folks because longevity.
Hmm.
I believe
Yes.
in look, you live every day and you die once. So if that ain't working,
Hmm.
I'm out and go get the next one. There you go.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
go ahead, Betty.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Then go
Yep.
ahead,
And
Betty.
so.
That's why Betty lived to
Mhm.
99 because she said you ain't gonna stress me out.
Yep. Yeah, her last husband passed away.
Okay.
Um Passed away when she was he passed away in the 80s actually,
Okay.
1981.
Okay.
And yeah, so she was married to him for a good amount of time because they married in 1963 and then he died
Oh.
in 1981.
Okay.
And so then after that she didn't part of her bio is saying that she chose her career over having children, and that was why one of her husbands divorced her.
Got it. Understood. Understood.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I see that happening a lot now,
Mhm.
recent
Oh
in recent
yeah.
years. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I get that. Yeah. So Betty,
Mhm.
rest in peace, and Antonio Brown. You
Mhm.
know, whatever is going on, I hope you find peace, and I hope you have
Mhm.
an amazing team. And I wish him well. I do.
Yeah,
I
I wish
really
him
do.
well. Yep.
Absolutely. So on to our main topic. Dr. T, when you brought up this topic, this is a very good topic. This is actually
Mhm.
it's an appropriate topic because this is a 2022. So welcome viewers
Yes.
and happy new year. This is our
Mhm.
first show for 2022. So
Yes.
welcome again. And for
Mhm.
our topic today is goal setting. We're going to talk
Mhm.
about goal setting, how you set goals, when to set goals, what that look like, what that be like, what it tastes like. What's goals? So,
Mhm.
Dr. T, I wonder, you know, I always, y'all know me with the questions. So, my questions is to Dr. T and also to the viewers. Please chime in. What is
Mhm.
goal setting to you? No, don't even answer that question, Dr. T. This is the question because I wrote this down.
Mhm.
Goal setting. Is
Okay.
goal setting, because you're the professional in this, is goal setting the same as a to do list? I think that's a
Oh
good
my
question.
gosh.
Is
That
that,
that's
you
an
know how you
excellent
have a list
question.
from getting the oil change,
Mhm.
picking up the kids,
Mhm.
doing this, doing that? Is it the same thing as a to do list?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no and I'm going to say yes, okay? So,
Okay.
goals are can be short term and they can be long term, right? Now, for the most part, when you start setting goals for the new year, that's something that you want, things that you want to accomplish throughout the entire year, right? Now, when you think about um goal setting, some people set goals for 1 month, some people set goals for 3 months, some set for every quarter.
Yeah.
Businesses always set for every quarter, so it's basically something that has a little bit more of a longevity type of thing going on when it comes to goal setting. Now, when you think about um, a to-do list, right? The to-do list is, how can I put it? That's the baby sister of the
Love it.
goal setting. And the reason I call that the baby sister of the goal setting, because that to-do list is all of the little things that you need to do to lead up to you achieving that goal that you are actually setting for yourself. And so, are they the same? They're the same but different.
Okay. I love it. That was beautifully said. She just taught me something. Y'all hear that, viewers? That's the baby sister. So your to-do list, which I have every day, and I have a goal setting. I set goals. I set goals every month. I'm actually on a 21-day goal right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. However, you are absolutely right. I like that. It is the baby sister. So basically, they're sisters, but they ain't twins. There you go. They siblings. Okay, so it's the baby sister of the goal setting. I like that. Beautifully said because I know that, but I didn't say it like you said it, and I like it. So I'm gonna steal that with Dr. T and tell it to my clients. That's what I'm doing. I'm stealing that from you. You don't mind, right? Can we share that?
Yep, you got it. Take it.
Okay, and y'all heard it on camera. Y'all heard it here, everybody. And she said I can have it because I'm posting it. It's the baby sister, absolutely. So it's the baby sister of the goal list because that's true. And when you look at it, it is. You have a list on everything you need to do. Like that's from washing the car, the oil change, to cooking dinner, to picking up the kids, to working. And if you accomplish all of those things, going and into your goal and whatever goals you are trying to meet for that month, quarter, or whatever, is you can ease into that if all those things are set. Absolutely. I love that. My next question is to Dr. T and to the viewers as well is with goal setting, do you have to set goals? Do you think it's mandatory? What do you think, Dr. T?
I don't think it's mandatory to set goals. I think that, it can be things that you just want to do. You know what I mean? Like some people might say, I want to do more travel, and so doing more traveling is basically just enhancing your self care, enhancing your social life, enhancing things that you want to do, whereas some goals that set, like, I want to make $1 million. That's a goal that a lot of people set. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z leading up to it so that I can achieve this monetary goal. And so I think that it doesn't have to be, it can be something that I want to how can I put it? I want a healthier mindset. I want to be healthy. I want to eat healthy. It can be other things outside of business, because when you hear of goal setting, you always hear of mainly a lot of people setting goals for business, business and education, more so than, when they think, oh, weight loss goals. The first of the year we hear a lot of weight loss goals now too. So it's business, weight loss, and education is like the top three that we hear, during
Absolutely.
this time. So
You're
yeah. So what is
absolutely
your what
right.
is your take?
My take on that is you're absolutely right. Those are the top three. But they're not my top three. My a goal setting has always been. I never set goals for weight loss. I'm gonna eat when I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna work out. That's what I do. I don't believe in depriving yourself, and we're gonna do a show on that as well. I don't believe in that. Just work out and be healthy. However, I always set personal goals. Mines are always personal. Mines are never, oh, I'm gonna go to school because of this. That's not a goal. It's just I'm gonna go to school. That's just what I'm doing, but mines are always personal. So, do you have to set goals? I don't think you have to set goals, but I'm going to word it this way. We don't necessarily, well, me personally, you don't have to necessarily call it a goal, but I think you have to want more, something, something. No, it's okay to stay and be comfortable where you are. But that's like not even knowing what time it is. Not wearing a watch or don't have a phone. A person that don't wear a watch or don't have a phone, don't have a clock around, ain't got nowhere to be. And that scare me. You ain't got nowhere to be. You can ask somebody what time it is. I don't know. Yeah, that don't resonate. I just wanting more. It's okay to be content, But goals go a little deeper than that. So it don't necessarily have to be a goal, but I don't care what it is. A lot of times people look at goals as big and extravagant things. They can be small goals. They can be goals to I'm gonna grow my edges. Goals to I'm gonna go and I'm gonna read this book. Or goals I'm gonna drink water for 2 days. It can be something so small, it doesn't matter, but something. I think that's living. I think that's a part of life. Living. I equate goal with a need, not a want. That's me. Does it make sense what I'm saying, Dr. T? I know it makes sense to you, viewers. What
That
is
makes
it?
a
Make
lot
sense
of
to y'all?
sense.
Because
Hmm.
it's a need for me. It's not
Hmm.
necessarily a want because
Right.
my way of thinking is something else. So
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm a little deeper. I think deep. So I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna take care of my wants. But that
Hmm.
need, that's how I
Hmm.
equate with a goal. And when
Right.
people, even the people that I consult, and the people that I work with, such as clients and patients, where it could be
Hmm.
physical or their mental health, and they
Hmm.
have a goal. Someone, let's give an example that is battling with
Hmm.
high blood pressure. Their goal
Right.
is to get
Hmm.
off the blood pressure medication that has been prescribed, and so they
Right.
like, Dr. C, I don't want to take this no more. I'm tired of taking these pills. Okay, so your
Hmm.
goal is to not take medication.
Hmm.
I hear you correctly, and they like,
Hmm.
you hear me correctly. So we want to change your
Hmm.
lifestyle. So that's what
Right.
I'm saying. So it's more
Hmm.
that's a need. Because blood pressure, especially in
Hmm.
the black and brown community, it can damn near kill
Hmm.
you. You can go into a stroke.
True.
So you got to change your
True.
lifestyle, such as health and wellness and your diet and the stress and removing different things.
Hmm.
So changing your
Yes.
lifestyle. Someone that
Hmm.
says, "Come to me and Dr. C, I am battling with depression. I don't want to do this anymore, and I know
Hmm.
some of it I have created."
Hmm.
So their goal is I don't want to do this. I'm battling with anxiety and
Hmm.
depression, and I know a lot of it
Hmm.
I have created. A lot
Hmm.
that's in my head. So their
Right.
goal is to remove some things and bring them back to reality. So I
Hmm.
equate goal with a need, and when
Hmm.
and with life and with living. So when
Right.
people say
Hmm.
to me, I don't have a goal. Okay, we let's have a conversation because I know it's
Hmm.
somewhere in there that you
Hmm.
must need. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
It makes a
Absolutely.
lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I mean,
Yes,
because I know I've had people I've met with also that say, "Oh, I don't set goals," and I'm like, "Why?" Because I don't. I know that I'm not going to do what I said I'm going to do. But you do some things in life that
there
you
you go.
set many goals. It's just that you just didn't look at it as a goal, and so
I
helping
like
them to
that.
understand that you are setting goals. It's just that the things that you want to see you elevate and do, you're not doing. If that makes sense. It's just that now we need to change your mindset and help you to understand that you can set goals. I mean, the bottom line is when it comes to goal setting, I see this all the time, especially with a lot of business clients that I meet with. Realistic goals. Okay. Now we have a lot of people who set goals, and some of the things that they want to do just don't be realistic. And only reason I'm saying it's not realistic is because they're not putting in the work. Okay. I've had a number of clients come to me, "Oh, I want to create products." Okay. So I'm, a therapist that actually does a lot of product creation with a lot of clients, right? And I'll sit down with someone, "Okay, so what kind of product? I want to create this product. What kind of product you want?" "I want one that's going to make me $1 million." "Well, hello, what product do you have that's going to make $1 million?" Like, I don't see you on Shark Tank. You're like, what do you have? What are you doing? What can we do to get you started on this project so that we can see you actually start to work towards attaining these goals? And some come through, they sit down, they have it, they know what they want to do. But then you got the other ones that don't, and it's just like, and with them it's like, they want you to hold their hand and walk them to I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. when you
I
when you
know.
work with right, when you work with business coaches and business therapists and anybody who, can help you with creating and making your goals, making goals come true, you have to be able to put in the work.
You do.
And when you put in the
Absolutely.
work, that's when the reality actually sets in. Because you have to be realistic. You can't say I'm going to make $2 million this month, but don't have nothing laid out, no plans, no nothing, no action plan that will show me that you will make this. We need to see an
Absolutely.
action plan. We need to see exactly what you're doing so that you can make this goal come true.
It sounds like they're not in alignment.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
one thing a lot of people need to be. When it
Mhm.
comes to when you're setting goals that people feel that might be out of their reach, you got to make sure you do have that alignment in order
Exactly.
to get these to be
Exactly.
able to attain these goals and attain what's at the end of the goal.
That's right. One of my mentors taught me that you have set goals, Candace, and your goals should scare you. I remember him saying
Mhm.
that to me. Your goals
Mhm.
should be so big that they should scare you. And
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, okay. This was many years ago. Okay,
Mhm.
I see where you're coming from. And I had to think about it and
Mhm.
I let this process for a minute and I understood it. And what he was
Mhm.
saying, and it goes to what you're saying, was some people set goals and they're not in alignment. Yes,
Mhm.
set goals and set big goals to where they scare you so you can meet them. However, you have to have the proper mindset and you have to be ready.
Mhm.
A lot of people
Mhm.
are setting or trying to set, especially the beginning of 2022
Mhm.
right now, setting these goals and making plans. And I think it's beautiful. But one of the reasons that a lot of goals are not
Mhm.
obtained is because of
Mhm.
discipline.
Mhm.
You gotta have a disciplined mindset. And
Mhm.
what discipline is, which I cannot wait till we have a topic on it, ladies and gentlemen, is
Mhm.
doing what you need to do when you don't want to do it. Do it
Mm.
anyway. That's discipline in a nutshell. Y'all
Yep.
know I'm a nutsheller. I'm gonna give it to you
Mhm.
like it is. Do it with doing
Mhm.
what you need to do, even though you don't want to do it. That's like going for a
Mhm.
walk because it's raining. You walk every day, so now it's raining. You ain't gonna walk. Do it anyway.
Yep.
Discipline is a disciplined mind is freedom. And a lot of
Mhm.
goals are not met because people are not disciplined because, and I know you know this, Dr. T, because you in the business, you've been doing this a long time, because of choices. When we are given choices, you got the
Mhm.
choice. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it later. This ain't working. I'm gonna wait till I
Mhm.
get the oil change in my car. I'm gonna wait till later on. I'm gonna wait till I get my taxes.
Mm. Oh God.
You know
That's
how
a
we
whole
do.
nother ball game.
Ain't that a whole other thing? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Look, when it comes to what
Mhm.
you want and discipline, there is discipline and waiting don't match. They,
No, it
they they
doesn't.
they don't live on the same street. They don't work together.
Mm-mm.
It's either
Mm-mm.
you look, you walk this way or you don't.
Right.
There's no waiting with discipline. Discipline don't wait for you.
Mhm.
Discipline like time. It doesn't wait.
Right.
The
That's right.
time gonna change whether we gonna do or not.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And
Absolutely.
you know what another word that also falls under that too? Consistency. You got to
Absolutely.
be consistent. You got to be consistent. And that's another something else that we don't often see is where people are consistent with how they're doing things.
Absolutely. Not being consistent. That you're absolutely right. So let me ask T, because I want to leave them, Dr. T. We always do. We always want to leave our viewers with some tips and some tools and some
Mhm.
gems that they can take with
Mhm.
them on
Mhm.
setting proper goals.
Mhm.
What are some steps that you have that you can give them where they can at least start? Because like I said, this is the beginning. Y'all got 12 months. Come on now. This is the beginning. This is 2022.
Mhm.
So this is the beginning. So what do you have? Some tips and tools and some amazing gems that you can drop on them where they can start setting some goals
Okay,
properly.
so number one, right. Well, number one I'm going to say is don't be hard on yourself. Because that's one thing that a lot of people are when things don't go their way or when they're trying to trying to be consistent with setting their goals. Don't be hard on yourself. That's number one. Number two, I want you to learn from all of the things that went wrong. Use all of them as teachable moments, while you're trying to create your way to set your goals. Don't give up. Make sure that you write everything out. Be able to write things out so that you can be consistent. Make it a priority to sit down and do what you need to do. Be flexible to change. Okay. Know that sometimes we might have one goal set, but know that you have to be flexible to change because life happens, and we have to be able to pivot when that change happens, and so that's the tips that I'm going to leave with everyone for today. What about you, Dr. Candace?
My tips, and those were beautifully said. Great take. Those tips were amazing. My tip is my first one: discipline. Before you start making a goal, I ask you to condition your mind and get on a discipline plan first. But if you are already disciplined, hey, take some of Dr. T's tips, take some of my tips, and start changing and setting your goals. But if you are not disciplined and you know you're not, this is gonna go with number two of mine. I'm gonna need you to own your stuff. I'm gonna need you to be real with yourself. You know what you can do and you know what you're capable of. Stop lying to yourself. Too many of us do this. Dr. T said, beautifully said, don't be so hard on yourself. Well, here's Dr. Candace. I'm going to go and play devil's advocate here. I think you should be hard on yourself. Love Dr. T. Yes, she is right. She is right. However, I'm going to go and play devil's advocate here. I'm going to go and be the devil on this. That devil's advocate. I'm going to be the devil on this. And I think you should. Because, see, with discipline, you got to. You got to say, I'm just going to go and say it. This is the mental health minute. Get your ass up and do it. Let's do this. You've been waiting around too long. You've been wanting to start that business. Go out for your career. Take that class. Go to school. Get married. Do what you want to do. Do it. Stop wasting time. You got it. Your wings work. It's time for you to fly. You can do this. So I'm going to need you to get up. I'm going to need you to be about it. I'm going to need you to own it, and you can do it. And like Dr. T said, don't give up. Keep going. Even if you fall, keep going. But I'm going to need you to keep doing it. Don't feel sorry for yourself to say, I'm going to do it. She's right. I'm going to need you to own your stuff. Reality. You know what you can do and you know what you cannot. But first, I need you to establish discipline. Number two is own your stuff. Number three is set micro goals. Now, if you're new to this, you got to be trained to be true to this. That's where discipline comes. So if you're new to this, don't make these big extravagant goals. I'm going to need you to start with some small goals. Start making your bed. Just make your bed every day. That's one goal. There you go. Drink water all week. That's another goal. So you may have to start small. So set micro goals to get you in that proper mindset to say, oh yeah, I can do this. Take baby steps, because I've always said, people, slow moving is still moving. So you may need to take micro steps, and that's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't look at somebody else 10 and you sitting up there with a 2. Don't do that. Micro goals. So you're going to need to do that. Then I need you to take your time. Take your time. It's a process. I had to take my time. Dr. T had to take her time to get where she is. We all had to do that. So take your time. So those are my tips for you to establish discipline and start setting goals. I think if y'all put all of our tips, all of y'all, come on viewers, all of you for 2022, put Dr. T's tips and my tips, put them all together. So I hope you watch this video and write them down. Oh, you'll have an amazing 2022, because that's how we feel you should start setting goals. Yes. What is your last word, Dr. T?
My last word is consistency. Be consistent with everything that you do. Be disciplined, make good choices with the things that you are doing, especially when it comes to goal setting or just any aspect of your life. You definitely have to be on top of you. It's only one you. And remember that self care is self love, and all of this is not being selfish.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. Absolutely. My last word is take care of your mental health, be disciplined, and get your mind right before you start to step into anything else. That is first. Everything begins in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Everything, every conversation, every moment, every thought, every emotion starts in the mind. So I need you to nourish your mind, feed your mind good things. Start with a book. Start with this amazing podcast that I need y'all to share with your friends, your cousin, your family members. Share this with everybody. It starts in the mind. Get your mind right first. Discipline discipline your mind, get control over you. Once you get control over you and your mindset, you will flourish and it will be beautiful. And that is freedom, and you will have freedom. That is my last word. Yes. So this was amazing, amazing topic, amazing hot topic. I am
It
Dr. Candace
was.
Elaine. Yes, yes, I am
Yes.
Dr. Candace Elaine, and I enjoy speaking with all of you. And again, welcome to the Mental Health Minute.
Thank everyone for joining us today. This is Dr. Tyra. Thank you for joining myself, Dr. Candace. Always love being on this platform with you.
Thank you. You as
Want
well, sis.
all
I
of
love
you.
it.
Just hope y'all enjoyed our mental health minute, and we look forward to seeing all of you soon.
Yes. Bye. Bye, everybody.